Everyone, welcome back to the channel. I've had my Fuji X-T4 for just over 3 months now, and I thought it would be a good time to finally make a video and share some of my favorite things, the things that I absolutely love about this camera. We'll maybe get into another video with stuff I don't like, but these are the things right now that I do like. So if you've been following on the channel for a while, you know that before this I switched from the Sony system. I had a Sony a7 II. So here are 7 things that I love about my new Fuji X-T4. So number 1 is the Fuji film simulations. I love how you can simulate the different effects of different kinds of film that Fuji used to make, including some black and white simulations on the X-T4. There are 12 of them all installed, like pre-installed, available. And if you're like really a bit more adventurous, you can even create your own different film simulation recipes that kind of emulate other film stocks from different manufacturers. Kodachrome is one, for example. If you want to see more of those, I actually have a video of Fuji film simulation recipes to take a look at. I will link it down in the description below. It's got 21 different film simulations to check. Number 2 is movie mode. I love how you can switch easily between the movie and the still menus. The best part is if you change the settings between shooting between stills and movies, you just have to change it on the knob on the top, and by doing this it switches from the menu system from the video to the still, and it doesn't it's video specific, so it's a fuss-free way to kind of switch between taking videos and photos. And the best of all is it doesn't mess up any of your settings between the two. So if you make changes to your video settings, for example, or vice versa, it won't affect your photo settings on the camera. Number 3 for me is the dials. I love kind of the retro looking look of the X-T4. It's kind of meant to give you a feel of the old analog style camera. So there's buttons and dials galore on the X-T4. Each one can be customized for quick access to things. From the used features, there's tons of buttons, stuff to move. You won't find a mode wheel on this on the X-T4 like you would on most digital cameras. Instead, like as it is, you can actually adjust a lot of your cameras with the direct control over your shutter speed, ISO, and exposure right on the knob dials. It's pretty fun to use. You'll either love that or hate that, but for me, I really do kind of like it, and it makes the camera a lot of fun to use. Number 4 is the Flippy Screen. I'm not filming with it right now, but I love how you can flip out the screen. So if I am recording my YouTube videos normally, I can flip out the screen and get a preview of what I'm actually doing. And you can also turn it right around when you're using for photography. If you don't want to use the back screen, and just close it up, it keeps it protected, and it prevents the screen from lighting up, saves you some battery life. And about battery life, number 5 that I love is the battery life of this. The battery comes with a new battery that was designed. It's good for what Fuji says is good for up to 500 shots in normal mode, or 600 if you put it onto the economy mode. Comparing this to the battery life of the X-T4 compared to my old Sony, it's like night and day. I love the longer battery life, and I don't need to carry around really extra batteries if I'm going to take pictures. With the Sony, I'd have to have a couple in my pocket for sure. Number 6, autofocus. Well, there's been some debate on how good the Fuji autofocus actually is. If you watch YouTube review videos on different cameras and things, some are better, some are worse. I can only speak from my personal experience using this and my prior camera. I like using the Fuji a lot better than my prior Sony a7 II. Is it perfect? No, but I don't think any camera autofocus possibly even is. The one good thing I've kind of learned with Fuji is I've discovered is they actually continually update their firmware of their cameras. So if you are getting a Fuji X-T4, check for the latest update. There's already been an update since I got this, and I've only had it a few months. So they do keep their firmware up to date. They've actually even updated the firmware on the older X-T3 model to match the autofocus specs of this newer X-T4 quite recently. So I like that on the camera. Number 7, this is the last one, 2 card slots. This is the first camera I've actually owned with 2 card slots. Sounds kind of silly, what's the point? But I do love how you can customize how the X-T4 saves your images and videos in different ways to different cards. I have it set up personally to save in my photos, I save a RAW image to one card and then a JPEG image to a second card slot. And then I have a video saved on one card slot as well. So you can kind of choose so you know where everything is saved, you don't get mixed up. I would love to know what are some of the things that you love about the Fuji X-T4 if you have an X-T4, or maybe some things you hate. I'll do a video that some of the kind of quirks and stuff that I don't like, but let me know in the comments. If you have any questions about this video or any Fuji camera question in general, let me know as well down in the comments. And as always, if you found this video useful, hit the like button. It lets me know that you like the video and I'll create more like this. And finally, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing, clicking on the bell notification. That way you will get notified of new videos that I post. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, again, let me know in the comments below and I'll see you in the next video.